Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Something different today. We haven't talked about the World Rally Championship for a while. So in honour of last weekend's Rally Italia Sardinia, let's take a look at all the previous winners of this island rally, all the way back to 2004 to present day. So sit back, relax and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
2004 Petter Solberg. Remember when Petter Solberg officially retired from rallying last year? Well, he will be at the Rally Sardinia in 2020, racing in a Citroën for the Santa Loc Junior team, so it'll be interesting to see how the 45-year-old junior gets on. In 2004, he got on very well, holding off Sebastien Loeb and Carlos Sainz in a win in Sardinia for Subaru. The last win ever for a Subaru in Sardinia. 2005 Sebastien Loeb. We will be coming back to Loeb a few times on this list, but 2005 was his first win and it was a mega dominant one, beating Petter Solberg by nearly a minute. It doesn't get much easier than that. Sebastien Loeb and Citroën are a potent combination. It was also the rally Hugo Piccolisto took his only point. Remember that? 2006 Sebastien Loeb. If winning by a minute wasn't bad enough, Sebastien Loeb took his second Rally Sardinia win in a row by nearly 3 minutes after Marcus Gronholm retired. It was up to Mikko Hirvonen and Danny Saudo to chase Loeb down, but there was absolutely no stopping the dominant Frenchman. We will be coming back to Loeb later. 2007 Marcus Gronholm. Sebastien Loeb would have probably won this rally as well if it wasn't one of the rare occasions when he stuffed his Citroën in a ditch, and this let Marcus Gronholm lead a thin 1-2, half a minute ahead of Mikko Hirvonen. This was Gronholm's final full season and he'd only take another 3 wins after this one. 2008 Sebastien Loeb. And now back to Loeb. Now with main rival Mikko Hirvonen chasing him for wins, Loeb was a bit more challenged this time around, with Finnish Ford teammates Mikko Hirvonen and Jari-Matti Latvala both within 15 seconds of the French rallying legend. 2009 Jari-Matti Latvala. The driver who has taken part in more rallies than anyone else in WRC. More than Carlos Sainz, more than Loeb, he really has been a mainstay for years. He's only had a couple of drives in 2020, but it was in 2009 when he won his only Rally Sardinia, beating Finnish teammate Mikko Hirvonen by nearly half a minute. Loeb had a puncture and a 2-minute penalty, so he may have won if not for that, but Latvala was a deserved winner. It was only his second WRC win. 2010 Juho Hänninen. The rally wasn't even part of the WRC in 2010, relegated to hosting a round of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge, a middle tier rally series I guess. Well, the rally was won by Juho Hänninen on his way to the title that year. You may remember his only full-time season in WRC with Toyota in 2017 when he managed a podium in Finland and not much else. 2011 Sebastien Loeb. Yes, another Loeb win on the way to another title, another Sardinian rally where Mikko Hirvonen finished second, although by only just over 11 seconds, but this was the last time Sebastien Loeb won in Sardinia, so now we can move on and talk about other people. 2012 Mikko Hirvonen. Finally, after finishing second at this rally 5 times in the last 6 years, Mikko Hirvonen finally won the Sardinian rally in 2012, although definitely helped by Sebastien Loeb crashing out. Mikko Hirvonen ended up beating Evgeny Novikov by well over a minute, with a young Tanak getting his first ever podium in third. This win didn't help Hirvonen to the championship, just to his 4th second place. What a depressing career for the Finn. 2013 Sebastian Ogier. The first of 3 Rally Sardinia wins in a row for Sebastian Ogier, he won this by over a minute. Ahead of young Belgian driver Thierry Neuville, and this was Thierry's best ever result at this point, and started a run of 3 second place finishes that led him to second in only his second full WRC season. F1 legend Robert Kubica was also in the points. Ogier, meanwhile, would end up as champion. 2014 Sebastien Ogier. Yes, Ogier again, and if you are as sick of Sebastians as I am, I can only apologise. Again, it was by over a minute, ahead of Norwegian's Mads Ostberg. This was despite Latvala leading for most of the rally and Ogier only winning 4 stages, but it was a puncture that stopped Latvala from winning, gifting the win to Ogier. 2015 Sebastien Ogier. It's weird to think there's a rally that Sebastien Ogier hasn't won in the last 5 years, despite how successful he has been in that time. But he took his last Rally Sardinia win in 2015. This one was pretty close too, with Hyundai driver Hayden Padden only 3 seconds behind, and Thierry Neuville only 2 seconds behind that. Still to this day, Ogier has never won a 4th Rally Sardinia. Probably still has time though. Maybe? 2016, Thierry Neuville. The Volkswagens of Ogier and Latvala couldn't keep up with Neuville on this rally. Latvala was nearly half a minute behind. This was just the second ever win for Thierry Neuville, the first coming 2 years previously in Germany. It wasn't enough to beat Ogier in the championship, he'd finished second over 100 points behind the Frenchman. 2017, Tanak. This was the first ever win for the Estonian star. He'd take 2 wins in 2017 and take a handy 3rd place in the championship, really announcing his arrival as a top driver on the way to his championship win in 2019 for Toyota. He won the 2017 Rally Sardinia after Hayden Paddon dropped out. Hayden never seemed to have much luck. 2018, Thierry Neuville. Probably the tightest finish of the lot, Thierry Neuville beat Sebastian Ogier by just 7/10 of a second. Esa-Pekka Lappi was 3rd, nearly 2 minutes behind the pair, but it was to be Neuville's day. Neuville took the last 6 stages but only overtook Ogier on the final power stage for the 3rd closest finish in WRC history. 2019, Dani Sordo. Dani Sordo has always been a good driver, but he has always had better teammates and never looked like he had the ability to chase championships. This was just his 2nd win, the first since Germany 2013, and he isn't a full-time driver anymore. He wasn't in any position to capitalise on it. Problems for Ogier, Tanak and Neuville also meant that Sunonen and Mikkelsen made up a very strange podium with Saudo top. But it meant manufacturer points for Hyundai, which is why he is there, and maybe he could potentially win future Rally Sardinia events. 2020, Dani Sordo. And he did. The 3rd win of his career in 168 rallies. Not a great percentage, honestly, but again playing the role of one of Hyundai's many 3rd drivers perfectly. He was only 5 seconds ahead of teammate Neuville, and Ogier wasn't far behind the pair, but this was another great result for Dani Sordo, a man definitely in the twilight of his career, just taking the odd drives where he can get them. There probably won't be many more opportunities for him to win, but he seems to be grasping them with both hands. And that is the list. Are you surprised by how many times Dani Sordo appeared on it? Or shocked Loeb and Ogier weren't mentioned more? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and be one of the many subscribers who have already joined this growing community. Keep watching rallying. Looks like an exciting end to the year. Thank you for watching and have a good one.